have any spine of any kind or allegiance. And that's kind of where Ulfric comes in and says, you're not allegiant to it, or you don't care about any of us anymore. That's what this is all about, the whole thing. So the reason Ulfric was in Markarth is because the other Jarl's like, hey, my home's gone. You want to help me get it back? And Ulfric's like, sure. Why? And he's like, well, I'll give you the ability to worship Talos here. And so Ulfric's like, cool, I'll do it. So Ulfric helps. And then he gets blamed for butchering everybody in there. Why would Ulfric butcher everybody? That doesn't make sense. It would make more sense to think, oh, you know who did it? The Jarl who got his home stolen, probably. But instead, everybody wants to blame Ulfric. Well, there's two accounts. The one siding with that Ulfric said they did it, and then the other one saying that the other Jarl did. And everybody's like, well, Ulfric did it. Why is that? It's weird that Ulfric has no say. Like, common sense just goes out the window. Like, you think you're gonna be nicer to people that are breaking into your home, and then your neighbor comes over and is just gonna be like, I'm gonna butcher these guys? Or is your neighbor gonna be like, oh, like, what are you doing? Maybe think about that a little bit. That's a really poor argument for the Empire. Poor argument. And then I might add, with the Falmer, right? If you look at anything, besides even the 500 that came over, it says the Snow Elves attacked. It says also, in a lot of accounts, the Snow Elves were nomadic. So why they attacked, was it Sothel, or I can't pronounce the name. And everybody's like, well, that didn't kill very many people. Well, not very many people out of 500 is a lot of people. You know what I mean? It was big. It was enough people to call it like a genocide for that location. Even on like the Snow Elves fandom, it explains that. So technically, the Forsworn and the Falmer have no real claim in the sense of, I own this, because if you're nomadic, you don't technically own anything. It's kind of part of being a nomad. Now, could they fight for it? Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, obviously you could say they still live there. They were inhabitants of it. Yeah, of course. But to say they owned it is not right. And to say that they were attacked first by the Nords isn't correct either. And then obviously the Nords didn't wipe them out. They went into hiding and then got wiped out by the Dwemer. So again, the Nords are getting blamed for stuff that's like not really true. It's kind of odd. You guys really need to think this through a little bit more, you know? You can't just blame the Nords for it. I don't know.